Impossible. How do you wield such power? Who can possibly stop Jordine now? So this is the end for Serendia. You win. Strike me down. Claim your victory. I only regret that I could not drag Jordine down to hell with me. Did I not command you to take my life? Do you dare tarnish my honor as a baron? The Grand Chamberlain's war is now inevitable. Perhaps it's fate. What are you waiting for? Finish me! Indeed, even Duke Dormungat, now nothing more than an old man, turns a blind eye to his schemes. The war left us nothing but scars, but he seeks to rekindle its flames again.
I grew up the son of a poor knight, serving the Count of Montvidel. I became close friends with Princess Girette and Jordine, the son of a secretary. Things have become a bit complicated now, but back then, Girette was nothing short of an angel. My feelings for her grew by the day, but my humble status kept them from forming into action. When Calpheon invaded Serendia, Jordine's father was serving on the front line. Unfortunately, his father fell in battle, and that ever-cheerful lad's spirit was forever shattered. Jordine and I enlisted in General Cliff's unit and fought fearlessly, like demons in the vanguard. Victory was nearly within our grasp, but then, in a cruel twist of fate, Girette was captured by the enemy. There was a woman who had a hand in Girette's kidnapping. Turns out, she was Jordine's lover. As a close friend, only I knew of this, but since we needed his help in rescuing Girette, I didn't make mention of it. I proposed a desperate plan to General Cliff, sending out 3 of our best warriors to rescue her. I had hoped to be the one to rescue her, and once the war had ended, propose marriage with the dignity of a war hero. However, it was Jordine who snatched the role of knight in shining armor from me. During the mission, Jordine acted impulsively. I aided him and suffered a severe leg injury for it. As he escaped with Girette in his arms, I could do nothing but watch. But even then, I still trusted my friend. Right after her rescue, the war ended. Calpheon made an example of the Montvidel lands by reducing them to ash. At the ceremony to honor the war heroes, Jordine was made Grand Chamberlain and Girette his bride-to-be. And I became Baron of some stone-wrought ruins.
Impossible. How do you... Since then, I've led the quiet, humble life of a farmer. That is, until I learned of Jordine's plans for war. I wish to halt the war, to safeguard Serendia, to protect Jarrett. But alas, now, end my suffering swiftly. Then, what nonsense is this? Are you not a hired sword sent by Jordine? This is all part of his plan to quell Monvidel, rally the remaining forces, and strike at Calpheon. Jarrett, she sent you? Stop spouting rubbish. Why would Jordine's betrothed want me spared? It's a bold-faced lie. She still considers me a friend. I see. Yes, she was always so sentimental. But what of her husband-to-be? He'll likely never leave me be. Even if you spare me now, Jordine will just try to kill me again. Might as well end it here. Do it! And why are you twisting that particular knife again? Your treasonous blade is indeed Jordine's, not Jarrett's. He paid you off in black stones, didn't he? And you use its power, not knowing how it consumes you! And yet you still feign innocence. Did he order you to conceal your identity? If such power is unknown to you, what is this black aura that lurks behind you? No doubt that is the same power I wield. You flaunt that power so blatantly. Did you think no one would notice?
So, the black crystal incident at the mill was your doing, I see.
Isabel and Karosha, why are you here? The Grand Chamberlain's mercenary colluding with my benefactor? What's become of Heidel? Or could it be that my benefactor doubts me and sent an assassin to dispose of a potential problem?
Simply put, I aimed to make the Baron of Monvidel the direct competitor to the Grand Chamberlain. The Callous Parliament was keeping a close eye on the Chamberlain, but our Baron here was a little impatient. Even with Serendia's main forces tied up at the Baragi Den, you couldn't even handle Havano's ragtag army. And then you stole a black stone and became consumed by it. You've lost all credibility. Lord Alfonso, hand over that black stone to me. It's the least you can do to preserve our relationship. You know very well what awaits you at the end of black stone addiction, don't you?
Fine. Take it. How do you plan to prevent the coming war now?
Settles an urgent matter, but nothing is truly resolved yet. Lord Alfonso, I need you to hold tight and wait while your true role unfolds.
Understood.
Adventurer, what troubles you? Your countenance suggests you have many questions. Feel free to ask whatever you wish, but time is of the essence, so make it brief. Heidel may have pledged loyalty to Calpheon, but there are still many who remain hostile. Jordine Ducasse and Johann Cliff. They are men who prefer the sword to the pen. Also, the Duke may be an old man now, but he was once a general who led campaigns to Valencia. I simply seek to keep them on their toes, so their blades won't turn toward Calpheon. That's all. Oh dear, I know you lost your memories, but to have lost all common sense as well? Enrique Encarosha, one of the richest men in Calpheon and a member of the Parliament. He's my father. Did you help me all this time without knowing this? How cute. How naive. Red Nose and Gieth both had black stones, but after you defeated them, those stones were nowhere to be found. It's easy enough to put two and two together. I'm sure you have your reasons for taking them, so I won't ask. I want to make a deal instead. You get what you want, and I get what I want. If you make further efforts to aid me, the Baron's black stone will be yours. What say you, adventurer? Is that reason enough to help me? Good. I need more concrete evidence that the Grand Chamberlain is preparing for war. Sir Havano Tito is the Grand Chamberlain's closest advisor. He should have whatever incriminating documents we need. I hear he has a fireflake flower allergy. We'll be able to use that to our advantage. Here, take this fireflake flower. Speak softly and act naturally. Got it?
There's no need for leniency towards those who betrayed their country. Am I right? Yes, me? What? Take that thing away from me. I'm allergic to fireflake flower. So, come back later. Later. Alrundi. That guy's always been so stubborn. Wouldn't you agree?
There's nothing you can't handle, is there? I'm starting to like you more and more. Why was he keeping this? To use as leverage against the Grand Chamberlain? Should have burned it. This! It's a secret order from the Grand Chamberlain to put greater pressure on Montfidel. But the sponsor, Bobby... Lauren? Oh, this took an interesting turn. He should be in Glish on business right about now. I knew it was strange for the country's biggest guild to be troubled by such small debt.
safe to keep your horse here, if you have one. I was thinking of an old friend of mine for a moment.
Quite a conference. Where you from, huh? Where you from? Welcome. How long you here?
Drinks too much.
Serendia.
Blast this shitty world. Always kicks me when I'm down. Back in my day, we climbed the ladder. From the bottom. Hey, you, adventurer. I hear you ingratiated yourself with her ladyship of late. Back in my day, we climbed the ladder. From the... Yeah, you have no proof I wrote this. How dare you accuse me, the guild chairman? Hey, just because you have Lady Jorette's backing doesn't make you less of an outsider. Listen well. I, Chairman Lauren of the Heidel Merchant Guild, wield the power around here. If you wish to make any sort of living in Serendia, you'd better not get on my bad side. Yes, those Calphion scum may have taken one of my inns because I defaulted on stupid debt, but I ain't dead yet!
His reaction is, well, as passionate as I had expected. My suspicions have settled into certainty. After all, the flow of coin never lies. Once Bobby Lawrence sobers up, he'll likely run off to report this to the Grand Chamberlain. Best to ply him with more drink to buy some time. In the meantime, we have work to do. As you're probably keenly aware by now, Serendia's coffers aren't exactly overflowing. So where do you suppose the Grand Chamberlain, who's preparing for war, is getting his funds? It's the Black Crystals, of course. I've heard talk of frequent attacks on recent shipments heading to Calphion. Well, go on. Investigate. Povius and I will keep an eye on Bobby. Oh dear, have you forgotten? I have the Baron's Black Stone. You want this, and I want your full cooperation. We both know exactly what we want, so don't complicate things. I'm nothing if not trustworthy. Caesar is in charge of security for this town and the mill. Ask him to prioritize the safety of Jean merchant goods. I'll leave the method of negotiation up to you. I'm certain you won't disappoint. Oh, and I hear the town is currently short on drinking water. Take this. It should curry you some favor. We both know exactly what we want.
Swamp's mist is no good for iron. Not good. Red leeches eat through iron. Where you from, huh? Where you from? Welcome. Swamp's mist is no good for iron. Not good. Orcs are kings to warriors. We play with this metal from young. Bet! Are you going to bet with me? Going to bet with me? Scared of me? Feel relieved. I don't eat up my customers. You can save repairing costs by placing an anvil at your residence. Where you from, huh? Where you from? Damn Fogan's wretched! Damn Fogan's wretched Nagas! Finally, some support from Heidel. Great work. I can finally breathe easy thanks to you. Look! Water supplies just arrived. Prepare for distribution immediately. Townsfolk are waiting. Water's great, but if they don't send that mercenary soon, we're just drawing out the inevitable. Ah, were you perhaps sent by the Grand Chamberlain? I requested the aid of a famed mercenary, but I didn't think he'd send someone with ties to Calphion. I heard that Lady Jarrett was the first to put your skills to the test. Oh, it's an honor that a mercenary favored by her ladyship has come to our aid. Indeed, I heard you handled the Montfordel lot single-handed. Your exploits have made you the talk of the town. So of course I put in a special request for you specifically. If you're as good as they say, you'll be of great help to Glish. Oh, perhaps you're not the one I requested after all. Don't mind me. Must be the stress of recent events getting to me. Our lands have become a battlefield. Our guards are too busy to even blink. Oh, well then you are the adventurer indeed. I have heard that you are under the employ of the guild as well as her ladyship. Some talent you must be to get the approval of so many prominent public figures. Well, the inevitable has come to pass. It's been an headache to say the least. The Naga and Fogan situation has reached boiling point. It's become something that our garrison cannot handle alone. Did you not hear me? This place is practically a war zone. All that fighting with the Fogans and Nagas, day in, day out. Not only villagers living here, but also passing merchants are being attacked. It's utter chaos. Our village is surrounded by great swaths of marshland. In fact, Nagas have lived there for many years. For the longest time, they lived peacefully alongside us. But one day, this bastard Titium arrived, bringing his tribe all the way from the great desert of Valencia, and laid claim to over half the marshland. Since then, it's been nothing but conflict. It's been 9 years already. We're the ones who ended up paying for his audacity. I heard he's been focusing on military training these days, so I hoped he'd bring a swift end to those Nagas and Fogans. We waited and waited, but aid never came, and everyone's complaining. It's a living nightmare. What are we supposed to do? Our own villages are in danger. Do you really think that we've got time to protect stray wagons? If only we had a couple more outstanding soldiers like yourself, we wouldn't be facing these problems. A pity, innit? Of course, we'd like to do just that, but our hands are somewhat tied given the current circumstances. Do I have to keep repeating myself? Dealing with the Nagas and Fogans remains our priority, understood? Finally, somebody who speaks sense. if you sort this mess out, I'll make you a promise. I will promise to make the safety of Jean Merchant Guild my top priority. How's that sound? Huh? Ah! Grand Chamberlain! Shh! Our deal. Keep it to yourself.
Adventurer, what a pleasure to run into you here. Word of your deeds has reached all the way to Heidel. They say you single-handedly took down Alfonso Rundi. Lady Jarrett is at the castle resting. She seems to have a lot on her mind. Due to the rampant activities of the Biragi bandits, we simply couldn't spare the troops to send to Glish, so I took the time to deal with them personally. But seeing you here has taken a weight off my shoulders. Security Officer Caesar, would you give them charge of the town's security? I can vouch for their ability.
Yes, of course, sir. I was just about to entrust such a task to the adventurer.
I remember promising to bestow wealth and honor upon you. I look forward to seeing what you will do. Ah, and that white witch you were curious about? It seems I might have some good news for you soon. Security Officer, Heidel will take care of the rewards for the adventurer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have urgent matters to attend to.
If it had caught me dealing with the Jean Merchant Guild, that'd have been the end for me. As you're aware, the Grand Chamberlain detests Calfian. We could have been in some serious trouble. And even if you are from Calfian, the Grand Chamberlain cannot deny your incredible talents. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, head to the outskirts of the village and teach those guys a lesson. Don't worry. The Grand Chamberlain... And even if you are from Calfian... Anyway, as I was saying earlier, head to the outskirts of the village and teach those guys a lesson. Don't worry about our deal. It still stands. Beggars can't be choosers, and we're out of options. The
got some skills, all right. You got the makings of an official guild member. Lady Isabel learns something from interrogating Bobby Lauren. Would you like to hear it? Lady Isabel learns something from it. Lady Isabel learns there's a place with some unusually violent Nagas. Even your average Naga returns from there with bloodshot eyes. I acknowledge you've got the skills, but how long can you keep slaying an endless stream of Nagas? Find the source and destroy it, root and stem. If you make it back, I'll initiate you into the guild myself.
You're the one who awoke in the stone chamber. I suppose you've come instead of the relics of power. Huh?
Wait, I'm not your enemy. Damn it. Completely lost your senses. I understand your resentment, but you shouldn't have such power. Oh, you're the one. Could you grab that necklace for me?
Our kin are dying. The desert Phogans are rooting us out. And we will reclaim our homeland. With the relic, we will be reborn.
This relic, it will not save the Nagas. Its power is temporary, and the darkness will swallow you whole.
The relic!
It's good to see you again. Thank you for securing the necklace. From Thalanos to Serendia, no place is safe. I worry that Calpheon will also be in such a state. Do you have some loose ends to tie up here? Or maybe there's something you need to ask? Well, go ahead, ask away. We have a few questions for you, too.
What? Really? You could hear the Naga's voice? Aiden, this would be an outstanding addition to our paper!
Now hold your horses, Yaz. I know it's exciting, but we haven't confirmed anything yet. What brought you here in the first place, anyway? Don't tell me you were after that relic, too.
I suppose it's all you have to rely on, having lost your memories and all. You would be wise to remember my words. Those intoxicated by the black spirits have all met the same fate. Looks like that thing is blabbing to you again. We should be on our way. See you later.
Huh? Eden, we need more data to compare against the control group. Huh? Hey! Wait for me, you stubborn old muttonhead!
As expected, you exceed every rumor. Your skills are incredible to behold indeed. Some of those Naga enthusiasts might be upset, but above all else, the town's safety is paramount. Nagas aren't usually that vicious, so you can take it easy for a while. Yet the Fogans are still causing a ruckus. If this keeps up, the swamp will turn into a full-blown frog paradise. So that's what happened, right? I did find it odd. Monsters don't just suddenly start pouring out like that. Oh, I see that twinkle. You're quite curious about the Fogans. Well, go on then. Let's sweep them up while we're at it. There's a guard camp just south of the town. Soldiers have been dispatched to deal with the Fogans. Go see Mal, the captain of the Southern Guard camp. She should have some useful info on the Fogans for you. Once this Fogan nonsense is resolved, as promised, I'll arrange for personnel to guard the guild's wagons.
Where you from, huh? Where you from? Welcome. Swamp's mist is no good for iron. Not good.
Pity for him.
What to do? My head's about to explode. Ah! What was that? Caesar sent you? Huh? Really? With the forces in such a state, he's rushing me again. Am I the mighty Captain Cliff, veteran of 100 battles? Don't let all this hefty armor fool you. I'm a renowned scholar and linguist. I heard the Fogans, usually seen only across the desert, were spotted here. So, of course, I hastily applied. But oh my, they want me to kill them. What? Of course! By the looks of things, the Fogans didn't come here because they wanted to. It would be a fool's errand to face so many Fogans with such a minute force. I don't want to die. If only we could communicate with them. I think we could get them to return to the desert. You had the same thought as well. Why would desert Fogans want to come to this dank swamp? It's clear there are some circumstances we're unaware of. There must be some way we can get through to them. Ah, I know. Take this. It's a moist ball. The desert Fogans are crazy for it. I'm sure it'll help. It's clear there are some circumstances we're unaware of. There must be some way we can get through to them. What? You managed to capture a Fogan alive? It seems I may have underestimated you. Why didn't I even think of doing that? Have I become too accustomed to the ways of war? Great work. With this little guy, we can study the Fogan language, and soon we'll be communicating clearly with those frog folks. But there is one who will never listen to our words. I'd like you to take care of him for me. Yes, the leader that brought those Fogans from the desert, the Fogan chief, Titium. Every time we hear the sound of a croaking toad, our whole camp shivers with fear. If he weren't around, we might just be able to get through to the Fogans. Please, it would be a great help. I wish there were a more peaceful solution, but we're out of options. The time to use force is now. I wish there were a more peaceful Nobody knows where he resides, but he always appears on certain occasions. They're at war with the Nagas now, aren't they? When their young ones or food supplies are targeted, he appears out of nowhere, sweeps up the Nagas, and then disappears again, just like a ghost. I don't know why he only makes these selected appearances. I'm still looking into that. If you start rummaging around their nesting grounds, or maybe where they keep the hatchlings' food stores, they'll surely summon their chieftain themselves. All you have to do is face him then. Simple, right? I've been observing the Fogans a lot, and there is nothing they care more about than their young. I've been observing the Fogans a lot, and there is nothing they care more about than their young.
Gee, Donut, my old friend. Why did you do it? Why did you betray me? You even in that?
You're saying you've taken down Titium? Who knew such a talent was hidden within the Jean Merchant Guild? And even if you are from Calphion, the Grand Chamber...
Adventurer, you're here. I've been waiting for you. Of course, I first thought you were just a fearless country bumpkin. But seeing you in action, can't say I'm not growing fond of you. Lady Isabel has gone to Heidel to take over a business from the Heidel League of Merchants. She will certainly keep her end of the promise as soon as she returns. Have no fear. Do not. I do remember. It's the name of the former chief of Glish. When one day... I don't know. Adventurer, you're here. Adventurer, you're here. I've been waiting. Of course, I first thought you were just a fearless country bumpkin. But seeing you in action, Lady Isabel has gone to... She will certainly keep her end of the promise. Do not. When the Jean Merchant Guild first began trading here, I distinctly recall having a conversation with him. One day, he just vanished. No trace to be found. Went out to the marshes and never returned, they said. I don't know what business you have with him, but why not talk to the current chief? Freyro, I think it was. I saw him on the way here. He was talking with some alchemist.